Alright, so here we have the newly buffed rank 3 Nightcrawler, and this video is going to be kind of short because it's just a rank 3 Nightcrawler. So yeah, like once I get him up to like rank 4 or rank 5, or I get the 7-star version, I'll post something like a bit better, right? Because for some reason, I don't think the buff is like in the content creator beta just yet. So yeah, I can't test it there at like rank 5. So rank 3 will have to do for now. And honestly, this guy it's a mixed bag, I feel like, because I think the damage output got a massive improvement for sure. I think he feels a lot better to play on attack because of it. But I'll be honest, I think that I think the damage is literally all he does. And you know, in this day and age, I think having just pure damage dealers is good sometimes, but I just think this character lacks utility for sure, but the damage output is definitely there. And you know, having no utility, that's not like a bad thing, like per se, because some champions are just like so good damage wise to the point where like they just still get used because their damage output is just simply that good. But with Nightcrawler here, I don't know if he's like at that level just yet, but then again, this is just a rank 3 Nightcrawler, and yeah, the damage output is pretty great. Like the instant bleeds are doing some pretty good damage. Nice 6,000 mediums there. I think it's pretty good stuff for sure. But yeah, just dropping the relic here into a combo and this ends the fight. Well, close enough. And that was like a minute and 39 seconds, but to be fair, we didn't have like any crits whatsoever on the SP2. So let's try this again, but with like some better RNG hopefully. And yeah, to like play this character, you want to play him like Stark Spidey now, which means you want to dex a ton, and you also want to just like, you know, keep doing that. But once you have like 10 prowess, you want to start doing double medium combos because that gives you precision passives, and these passives pause your prowess and all that. So yeah, that's like the whole rotation. Then after that, SP1 for a pretty big prowess, and then start doing SP2s for the extra bleed damage. And that is pretty much how you play Nightcrawler. Pretty simple to play. And yeah, you know, this character, I'm so conflicted because I think this character has like a lot to prove, right? Because he is the chase character for this whole saga event. There is a whole 3-month event based around this one buff right here. And it's just like, is this buff like proving itself? And so far, I think, you know, it's a fun buff for sure. Do I see like meta value in this champion? Not yet, because it's a weird one, right? Because I think he does have the damage output to be meta for sure, but it's the other stuff that worries me, because in this day and age, you want some extra things to like help out your damage output, right? Because these new defenders are just super annoying, and they always have something that like needs a counter utility wise. And I feel like Nightcrawler just won't bring that to the table. So it's like, will he be used? Probably for like some nodes where there aren't like that many things going on. But like when it comes to the serious stuff, maybe he takes a back seat. I don't know. But yeah, I think Nightcrawler, I think he like was done pretty well at least. I just wish that there were some more things that he did besides just like having pretty great damage now. And like his damage output, don't get me wrong, it's really, really good, right? Is it like Sunspot level? Obviously not, because, you know, Sunspot, you just can't beat Sunspot. But like, I think it is like on the higher tier of mutant champions. And also, to be fair, I wouldn't say the mutant class is like known for utility. Like, I think the best mutant 7-star, which is Sunspot, I don't think he's like a utility beast, right? Of course he is like one of the best champions in the game, but it's like, yeah, utility wise, he has a perfect block, he has the immunities, but that's really it. But it's just like, he just works, and it's hard to explain why he just works so well, but he just does that. And do I see Nightcrawler doing that as well? I just don't know yet, right? But then again, there are like other very strong mutant 7-stars, like for example Bishop, who people might be like, yeah, he's the actual best, which fair enough, he's like really good obviously. But yeah, this fight's going pretty well. This is Ebb and Flow Intercept, and that's also a nice 80,000 crit. So yeah, pretty good stuff there. This fight is definitely complex, so it does show that Nightcrawler can handle these pretty complex matchups because yeah, it's not easy in the slightest. And he did it pretty well. It took some time, but to be fair, like pretty much every champion in this game will take some time on that fight. So yeah, not too bad at all. Here we have this Ebb and Flow Intercept Shang-Chi, and no big deal here, just a pretty simple node. And yeah, I'm using him for these simple nodes for two reasons. One, he's a rank 3 6-star, so I can't like venture too far off. And two, I don't know like what he can and can't take yet, because this buff is still very new and I don't think his utility lets him take much anyways. So yeah, I might be wrong, you know, maybe his damage output is just enough to take so many different things, and if that's the case, then that's great, right? Because I want this champion to be good. I want this champion to do like crazy stuff because he is the chase champion. This man is gonna be like so hard to get as a 7-star, I think, or it might be like, you know, not too bad, but he's gonna be a chase, obviously, and I want the chase to be worth it because I want people to be happy with like the reward that they're getting. So yeah, I hope that Nightcrawler just really like shapes up to be a great champion. From what I've seen so far, I think he is like at least a pretty, you know, fine buff. I think the damage output got a massive improvement, but now it's time to see like if he does good against the meta skill defenders like Nick Fury or Tuma or Killmonger or Korg. Well, Korg probably not, but you know, just like any of those meta defenders, right? I think he can do good against them for sure, but like sometimes the nodes play into like effect as well. So it's like, will he handle all those things combined like, you know, the top mutants do? We'll have to see, right? But so far I like that he can be meta with the damage output at least, so there is that. But yeah, here we have this pretty simple fight, and Nightcrawler honestly just feels so smooth to play as well. Like the dash back, the fluid animations, this man just it's so nice because I know Nightcrawler is a pretty popular character and he is known for like being all over the place, and honestly this character feels like he is just going all over the place. So yeah, it's really nice stuff. I am happy with like that at least. And yeah, this matchup is pretty much over. Not yet, but it is what it is. And yeah, his dex thing is honestly pretty dang cool. So I want to show you like a quick example of like how good it is, because here is this Photon matchup. And I'll be frank, he's not the best for Photon, obviously, because, you know, Photon can still shred his block, can still just be super annoying, and she's also bleed immune. But you know, this evade mechanic can be good for the future at least. But yeah, we're gonna get her into pure light form, right? And then once we do that, it's gonna be a really fun time because she just can't do anything to us because of our auto evade. So yeah, she's gonna enter it soon, and then check this out, it's just gonna be just auto evading, and that's it. She can't do anything. She can't hit us with like her SP1 or anything. Like it says dexterity failed, but we still dodge it. So yeah, that's really cool. This utility piece is honestly really useful in my opinion, because with like defenders these days, they hate when you dex for some reason. So you want to have like a different way of dealing with special attacks, and Nightcrawler has that. So yeah, pretty good stuff from Nightcrawler for sure. I think this will have a ton of value as the game goes on, because yeah, defenders these days just do not want you to dex, right? But yeah, the Nightcrawler buff, I think so far it's pretty promising. I think that the potential is definitely there, and I want to see how he does in like the meta pieces of content like Battlegrounds and Alliance War even. So yeah, I'm gonna be cautious for now, but I think that he does have some potential. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Nightcrawler buff, and yeah, that's about it for me.